Hello, guys.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, traditionally, let's wait for a minute. Okay, let's start. So welcome everyone in our 39th weekly governance call of the DeFi group for the free ton. So we have not so many news to discuss today, but yet they are very, very important. So let's start from the contest update. So we have launched a number of good contests recently. So some of you may know about this. So there is a famous defi.gov.freeton.org interface where you can find all the contests if you didn't know. Actually, we have one contest that had to be prolonged due to very low jurors efficiency. So it was self-sovereign identity framework. And I'm really disappointed with it because it was announced far in advance, and there are only 4 works that were submitted to this contest. So yeah, I really disappointed about jurors. They didn't pay enough attention to this, and we didn't collect the quorum for this. Now the contest is prolonged for a few more days to give a chance to vote to those who ignored it at the beginning. So I hope that they will do their duty. Next is the distributed validator Oracle contest that I don't see any submission yet. So I only received the announcement from Ivan that he would like to participate, but he needs some extra time. And personally, I'm really surprised because at least I was sure that TON Labs team will also participate with the node implementation. But this morning I discovered they will not participate, so that's very weird for me.
Well, I can comment. I mean, we obviously didn't have time to do that. Like,
okay.
We are completely overloaded right now with
the Rust contest, I think.
Well, with everything. With Rust.
Okay.
And
yeah. This actually raises the discussion again about how many contests DeFi subgovernance actually can host simultaneously, because you remember that initially we were delaying some contests to let different teams to participate, and now I feel that we should go back to this practice, because otherwise there are too many events and too few commands, too few teams who can participate in these contests, and maybe it's not good for such a complex area as DeFi to host several big contests simultaneously.
Or need more teams.
Yes, and I personally in a constant search for such teams. However, so it's not easy actually to find ones. So we are in the discussion, for example, with several lending protocols from Ethereum, to invite them for participation in the lending contest, or even simply discuss the transfer of the solutions to the StTON natively. And yeah, so we have reached such agreement only with stablecoin protocols for the moment, but it's the beginning. Yet it's not the war of one warrior, you know. So each of us should try to attract more teams here, because we will benefit from it as a whole. Please don't hesitate. There are enough topics, enough contests to participate for all of us. And if you have someone who you believe is capable enough to deliver certain results, so please invite them here. We are always welcome. So speaking about the validator oracle contest, I think we have no other choice than to prolong this or postpone it for some time.
We will be able to participate only after Rust-Cup finishes, which is 1 month. So
okay.
Like if you postpone it, if you consider postponing that, and you know, something like August sounds good for me.
Actually, Oracle implementation was crucial for the stablecoin contest and also for the lending contest, lending implementation. That's why I didn't actually post something for the draft of the lending protocol, because there is absolutely no sense doing this now. And yeah, so let's discuss actually for if we should delay this contest, and for what period of time. So I heard two opinions now. So one from Ivan, who have requested a couple more weeks. Another one from Mitja now, so that it should be delayed until August.
Let me speak some
yes,
words.
please.
Yes, I propose continue Oracle contest for 1, maybe more months, because we need good robust oracles for ecosystem from TON Lab side. But about stablecoin and etc., I think we can launch it, and people who will create solution can use Chainlink for speed, because a lot of different protocols using Chainlink for oracles, and I think we can use too, because blockchain ecosystem should have a lot of different joins. For bridge.
Is it only me who has issues with Sergej sound? Sergej, your internet sucks. Sorry. Just switch the video off, please, because we don't hear half of your words. Yeah, okay, in this case, the question is how we should connect to Chainlink. So will it be something, some kind of adapter to Chainlink from Ethereum side, or will it be the off-chain parser, off-chain part that will feed data from Ethereum directly to StTON side? So what do you think? Ivan, finally I see you. Come on, turn on your camera. I don't hear you, unmuted.
I'm a bit shy.
No worries. Okay. I'm not the most beautiful man on the earth, too, you know. So no reason for shy. Okay, so in this case, let's prolong the Oracle contest until August. In this case, I hope there will be enough time for everyone to participate. Yeah, so let's continue to the contest updates. For StTON TIP-3 implementation, there are 25 days left, and there is one shitty submission already there. So let's remember our famous friend who did this in other contests. Also, we have launched the new selection for jury 1.3. So please also help me in distribution of this news to across StTON and outside of it, because we need some competent jurors who are willing to dedicate their time for assessing the works that submitted to the DeFi sub-governance. And what's more important, there is currently the proposal about the amendment to the procedural remarks, which increases actually the reward for jurors to 9%, and for those, specifically for those jurors who will be assessing all submissions in each contest, they will enjoy also 1 additional percent of the prize fund that will be distributed among such jurors. So I hope this will help us to motivate people more. And also the third and fourth stages of Ethereum bridge combined. So it will be ending by end of August. So hopefully we will be able to finish audit parts as well. So and yeah, so that's pretty it about the contest update. For stablecoin contests, if I remember it well, Alexander, so he's not with us today because he has some internet connection problems, and Vladimir Slikov also, he's not with us today, so they already have a good draft of the contest. So in this case, I will draft, I will post it for voting, hopefully today or maybe tomorrow. So and also we will start this contest from Monday, because we have already, as you may heard, a couple of agreements from DeFi Alliance part with 2 stable coins, which are Frax and Stasis. So which agreed to migrate or raise a fork of the solution on StTON, but it will take also some time. And having also some native stable coins is also interesting and crucial for the StTON ecosystem development. Okay, so that's it for contest updates. Let's move to the discussion of the Polkadot that has stalled for a while. So guys, are you here?
Yes, Vladislav, we are here.
Yes, please tell us a bit more, some updates about the destiny of the Polkadot bridge. So what's going on?
Sure, everyone, good time of the day. Yes, we came a long way in the development process of the bridge. The basic functionality, in our opinion, is done and ready. It's about time to think about the product, and it was all about it from the beginning all the way. We would like to take now a short pause to do the necessary research of the current state of the Polkadot ecosystem. And we thought about the product in general all the way. We came up with certain criteria of the product. It has to attract new users into StTON community that consequently will add the liquidity or earn opportunity to current users.
Okay.
Main reason. Okay.
Yeah. So
why,
actually,
why?
yeah.
Why, and what, and what's happening now? The main reason why we do not have a ready product at the moment. Let me explain a little bit about this. The main reason is Polkadot ecosystem. It did not have the ability to add products into it up until last week's. Just now in the Polkadot ecosystem, parachain auction were launched on the Canary network, Kusama. At present, 4 slots were taken by the products, and no one knew in advance, no one knew what those products will be. And that's the reason why we simply did not have the opportunity before to come up with a great product in advance. But yes, we have few ideas, but ideas are not enough. We are looking into parachain abilities and users' interest from the Polkadot side, because it's not only about the idea, it's also about people's interests And it would be great to have a product that would be interesting on both sides, to Polkadot users and of course the TON users. And because we need to do this research in a product, we ask for this short pause if it's possible. At the moment, we estimate this pause as about 1 month. This will allow us to come up with a valuable proposal to TON community. If anyone has a good idea in a community of such product, and it is technically possible, it's doable on the Polkadot network, feel free to share it with everyone on the Telegram channel so we can discuss the opportunities. So that's where we are standing at the moment. I'm sure anyone that have questions or maybe some.
Yeah, I actually heard that there were actually two parachains actually auctioned. One is Karura, if I'm not wrong, if I pronounced right. Another one is Moonbeam, and if I understand it correctly, so they differ in the implementation of the parachain itself, but maybe you can explain a bit more. So what's the difficulty from your standpoint of integrating your Polkadot endpoint to one of these parachains? So is it more about the readiness of the ecosystem of these parachains at first sight, or maybe there are some technical difficulties? Just give some advice.
Well, it's actually from the both sides, a little bit from each one. The Polkadot, what we are actually doing and why we were waiting. First of all, of course, we need to see where the people's interest will go, because now there are 4 products, 4 slots been taken. That's latest news sort of. And Polkadot doesn't, in the beginning, the technical problem or technical issue, I would say, the Polkadot doesn't have the smart contracts by design itself. There is an ability to become a parachain, of course, but because of the high rivalry, the parachain slots cost too much. We're talking about $32–33 million. That's why we have decided to wait for the generic products to be launched, and will give us the necessary ability to build our products based on generic ones. So we can use those.
Okay, yes. That's a pity from one side that we cannot move on this contest, because of course having a working end user product to the Polkadot would be really great for the media coverage and for the promoting TON ecosystem. But I agree that there is no sense in doing the bridge to nowhere. So we actually are doing bridges to help liquidity flows and user flows. And if there is nothing on the other side, so no sense to connect to the dark hole.
Thankfully it is now. So there is a possibility now. Thankfully, we have finished the basic development by this time. So I think the timing is sort of not perfect, but very close to it. We're talking about delay of 1 month, which is, it's not great, but sometimes that happens. At the moment, we have everything that takes for us to come up with a great product. I mean, we have a few ideas, but talking about them now, I think it's pointless, because while doing this research, I'm sure we will come up with few more ideas that will be more relative to the situation. And the situation right now is sort of very, very hot on the Polkadot side.
Okay. Guys, do you have some questions to the WinteX team?
Well, I have a
Yes,
little
please.
bit. Like I maybe saying it the first time, but I have kind of draft of architecture of Bitcoin bridge, and it's relatively easy.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same as in Ethereum Relay, old contract. So it's just based on Merkle proofs, right? And would you participate in such a contest if it would be proposed, or do you have kind of capacity?
can I clarify the question? Are you talking about will we come up with the idea or will we participate in the next stage? Are you still talking about Polkadot or is it?
No. Regarding Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I'm sure at the moment we are not planning to participate in anything else but the Polkadot at this moment,
Okay.
at this stage. But I'm not so sure. But Broxus team might be interested in that in the future. I'm not sure. I might be wrong.
Broxus team is a silver bullet for everything. I know.
No.
I'm not sure if we have capacity actually for the moment.
Okay,
at the moment,
so
we do not. At the moment, we do not have the necessary capacity to pull up the both contracts. I mean, to pull up this Polkadot side, it would be great for us to finish that off and do the great product that will be interesting. To have two of those products at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. You will fail both, right? You will fail both.
Yeah.
You will. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, same regarding kind of Broxus team capacity. Yeah, I understand it really well. But anyways, a draft is already here with all the specs and the descriptions, kind of maybe a bit unfinished, but community helped me polish it when it comes time. So yeah, just wanted to let you know when kind of guys you're ready, just ping me and I will kind of shoot and we can move to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin kind of, it's really interesting to lock as collateral kind of it, or not maybe. I don't know, Vladislav, does it make sense to breach with Bitcoin?
Yes, I think that the bridge to Bitcoin, the native bridge, is the available one actually, because as you can see now, there is an opportunity to operate with robbed BTC on FreeTON, but to do this, you first need to get this robbed BTC from somewhere,
and it's impossible.
And then need to transfer it through the bridge.
Yeah.
So it's actually double bridging.
Double bridging. Yeah. I mean direct bridge.
Direct bridge is of course important one, but again, as I told the last time, so the main problem is not to build the bridge itself. The main problem is to find first of all people who will build the bridge, the reputable guys who will be able to operate it and maintain the due security of funds. And the second part is of course liquidity, as you say, but it will follow if you have the well done solution audited by reputable companies. Someone like OpenZeppelin in Ethereum. I don't know the names for Bitcoin, unfortunately.
Well, it's Bitcoin core community.
Probably, yeah.
I just wanted to clarify kind of it. In this design, I maybe again mistake, but in this design which I kind of came up with, it really doesn't require kind of infrastructure, because you can write smart contracts on Bitcoin. Actually, it's kind of tricky, but this one
scripts, they call it scripts.
Yeah, scripts. And this script, which I'm thinking about, is kind of, it's not really so hard. So it just lock funds, and the other side of the bridge contains on-chain code, which will generate kind of bytecode, which will unlock it after like to make backwards swap. So kind of you need only to like securely store private keys and relay proof for transactions to build the kind of connector and wrap like BTC here and there. So
Ivan, do you have someone from Bitcoin core community, so who can maybe come to our discussion here, and with who we can discuss the possibility of running such bridge?
There is a email from Roger where to my email. I can include it in copy, but it will not suit. I ignore this cheat.
Okay, yeah. So, he's asking from you some bitcoins, yeah.
To send to Nigeria, right?
Absolutely, a Nigerian prince, yeah.
Okay. Also, we have kind of Alexandrovat, which have like photographs with reputable people. Maybe he knows someone from Bitcoin community. It's just kind of matter of shooting. It's a PR maybe. So kind of it's another kind of task, not development related, but kind of business development. So maybe kind of I just wanted to launch a discussion because like the solution, I'm close to the solution. I can maybe share it privately or publicly after maybe some time because I'm now busy kind of. So kind of it's possible, and it's not really so hard to maintain the infrastructure, relay infrastructure, and like keeping validators private keys. Kind of I don't know what the reputation you need to have. You put a stake and you kind of take responsibility for it. And
yeah, but I mean that all the bridges, so they actually pass pretty much the same stages. So, and DAO part, which really operates this in decentralized fashion without the necessity to refer to validators' reputation, actually is one of the last points. So first you need to create the basic layer, learn how to transfer information from one blockchain to another, and it's not that easy. I would agree that it's very easy. So although we have some tool sets already developed, so we have at least two bridges with two different concepts, which are in some fashion similar to each other and differ depending on the other side, what's blockchain on the other side. But mainly this is this staging is done for a reason, and if you want some capital to inflow from Bitcoin through the bridge, so you must assure this capital or capital owners that this is safe, first of all. And this is not an easy part, because we have a lot of discussions with different funds, and it's always a very, very tricky question. So you need to prove.
Is it tricky in technical terms? Like you need to like show a specification, provide the proof that
absolutely, yeah. So big funds, they require it. They have their own security guys who inspect all these audit results, and they want to look at the source code and so on and so forth, to be sure that if they would like to transfer, I don't know, $10 million through the bridge, so it will be safe.
Understood.
And it will not be stolen.
Understand.
Yeah, so
maybe it will be interesting to jump in the process, but maybe like a little bit later. I agree. Thank you.
What I would do actually is try to bring here some representatives of the Bitcoin community, maybe from even Wrapped BTC or NBTC projects, who can maybe tell us a bit more about how they operate the bridges, or what difficulties they experience, and so on and so forth. And maybe it will be a good move to ask them to build the bridge to the free TON site as well, so, because they already have the Bitcoin part developed.
Well, they will build another like half custody, half EC20 kind of solution, because currently Wrapped BTC is kind of like partially centralized.
Yeah, I know all the drawbacks of the RenBTC model, and that most of the nodes are controlled by the same company, and so on and so forth. But still, I think that it's better to start from something that's already proven on the market, than to do everything from scratch, because reinventing the wheel is not always the best approach.
Well,
come on, I expected
have
this. Yeah.
some comments on that. Like if your wheel is in the like horsepower, and then you invented the car, you better change the wheel.
I mean that at least the Bitcoin part that they did is a nice one. I don't mean
Mitja,
maybe you understand me.
Sorry, Mitja, maybe you technically understand me, but TVM kind of storage model is based kind of on three kind of data structure, which consists of like proofs, right? And like you can build native
yeah.
Bitcoin transaction layout from inside TVM back and forth, right? Just need to know layout of Bitcoin transaction and build the same tree right inside TVM and parse that tree like that came from relay.
Not really.
Right?
Not really. I don't think so. Yeah, because you will need like all the. First of all, you will need all the cryptography. Second of all, you will need to you will need to write a light client to Bitcoin as a smart contract.
Well, yes, SHA 2050 whatever, it is natively on TVM and on Bitcoin both. Like we don't have Kitchak, we don't have Kitchak, so we can like repeat it on Ethereum, but we have like SHA. We
have hashing, yeah, but that's just part of that, right?
And Merkle proofs, we have them. They are based basically on hashing. It's pretty known structure.
Yeah, I am not sure. Like, if you can, I'm not sure you can build a light client of Ethereum on using Bitcoin using. If you receive, well, first of all, you will need to parse the script, right? Which is you will need to emulate the fourth script language.
A little like the interpreter. I mean SPV, like build an SPV. Simplified verification, like to accept from.
Well, again, you will need to parse the script anyway, whatever you build.
Yes, of course.
So you will need to emulate the script of a smart contract. Then you will need to have a proof, right, that the outputs that has been sent to you are like the correct outputs.
This is Merkle proof. It's pretty known how to like check the Merkle proof.
Yes, you will need to check the Merkle proof exactly like Ethereum does that, like Bitcoin does that. So
yes,
yeah. Well, if you can do all that, but I'm not sure it's that trivial. Like the fact that we have
it's based a lot of components, but
trees it's not exactly.
Okay, you had the lesson of Chinese developer Chinese here. That was really interesting. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Mitja. Okay. Yes, thank you guys from WinteX team. So we are waiting for your research. Then, if it takes you less than a month, so just give me a sign and please make a report on one of our calls. Okay, so last but not least, so we have the DEX stage 2 contest ended as well, and it seems to be legit, which is very good. So a good quorum is collected, and congrats Svoi.dev team, so with the first place. So we will arrange the payout session, I think on Monday, when Alexander will come back, and we'll have some good internet connection. Yeah, and also guys from Svoi.dev team asked me to discuss the next stage of the DEX contest. So please.
Hi everyone. Yeah, thank you for congratulations of the team. We were very happy about that, and we congratulate other participants as well. And thank you for judging. Yeah, and for now we decided to start the work with the document, with the draft for the third stage of DEX implementation. And according to the documents which were in the first and second parts, the third stage is complex automated market maker mechanics, additional necessary improvements like UI, UX, governance, voting, and or yielding mechanics, etc. Yeah, for but we started to work on the document, but we're not quite sure what was meant to be complex automated market makers mechanics. And we tried to talk about it with Vladimir Maslikov, because he took part in creating the first and second documents, and we're not sure that we can do this with our project, or maybe anybody has like opinions what can be on in this stage, because for us we see like more efficient way to use third stage to make the products more popular, profitable, and more interesting for future users. Well, that's what we wanted to discuss, because also we have different kinds of architectures. Like what we have is different from what Flex has, for example, and we wanted to talk to hear other opinions about how other participants and how judges here see the next stage of the last stage of DEX implementation. For sure, it should be about interface, but what about the other parts? Because we can offer what we see, but maybe somebody has any other opinions and wants to announce it.
Okay, thank you, Alina. Mitja, I think the main thing is here is a question to you. So what will be the next stage for the Flex?
For the Flex, well, yes. we have basically finished. So like the AMM is there, the complex mechanics. I don't know what it is, but well, our AMM I think is quite fitting towards that, like as a complex mechanics, because you can create as many AMMs as you want. You can launch them with your different governance tokens connected to Flex and like you would with normal order book kind of exchanges. So you can totally emulate the whole work of the financial market as it is today, without being stuck with the one AMM, which is the same as basically the exchange. So so that's about the AMM. I don't know what else to add here. Again, I have no connect. I don't know. I wasn't participating in the contest formulation, so I have no idea what it really means.
Yeah, I think that it's not about. We should not stick to the preliminary wordings that were in the previous stages, because it was not clear absolutely where this contest will go and what will appear after it's finished. So maybe I will try to reformulate the question. So if for now we have some working solutions. Yeah, so they are not ideal, of course, but they're quite decent ones. And for the third stage, besides some interface improvements and whatever, so we have two different models. So the AMM-based exchanges and order book-based exchange. So what will be the possible next stage for both types of those?
Well, I think we need to, like, it doesn't matter in terms of like AMM or not AMM, because both solutions provide, at the end, both solutions provide some user experience, and they should include the automatic market maker. So, and both of them are providing that. Now, we, for example, in terms of interfaces, you should be careful, because we're not going to make a standalone web interface, because it goes against our ideology, because it sucks. So instead
why?
We have, because it sucks, because it sucks, literally, and because it's centralized, because it's centralized, and because it's censored, and because it's controlled. So we will provide. There is already graphs that added to Surf browser. Hey there, added to Surf browser. So we will create an interface, a totally debot interface, debot-based interface for Flex, and there will be no other interface. But if anyone would like to build it, they can do that. Of course, it's an open source, so an open interface. Other than that, I don't have any comments.
So basically, you're saying if Broxus wants to build shit, please go, right?
Anyone who wants to build
anything,
okay. Shit or good, please go. I mean, that's not. I'm not giving.
Web3.
Web3. That should be. So wait, let me finish. So that about the interfaces. Now, I think that we need to finalize all the solutions towards some kind of, more or less complete user experience, which should include like the governance tokens or possibility of governance tokens or some example of how you can create a governance tokens for like to have a business model that it could be sustainable, that kind of solutions, all of them. You need to present wrappers if you need them, like that anyone can list what they can list, and these rules should be discussed, meaning that somehow the project should incorporate these rules as a final solution, right? If I want to add the token, how should I do that? What the rules are for each platform, and the whatever, how to do that and be able to do that. If the solution is saying that you can do that, of course, like, I don't know. But somehow the tokens should be listed on this exchange. So that should be part of the solution, correct? Then in terms of interfaces, again, it shouldn't define the interface. It should just say what kind of usability it should have. So for example, should it support, like, should the interface in general support some kind of open view, for example, or stuff like that? I don't know, kind of experience or not, and so on and so forth, but not to be precisely defined as, you have to have a web server with a form which you can, enter tokens and stuff like that, because that's silly. And apart from that, what else? So wrappers, rules for listings, maybe some examples of wrap tokens, which already like third-party wrap tokens, which are tradable there. For example, taking the Broxus token and adding that to the exchange as part of the solution, and the rules and creation of the AMMs or whatever governance tokens for your platform. I think that's it. No more. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something.
Okay. So generally, DAO model implemented on the next stage.
And everything around user experience, basically,
yes.
and user experience and token owner experience, so things like that.
Okay, thank you, Mitja. Anzor, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I guess for more complex mechanics, that would probably include something like limit orders and something like slippage settings and different settings to allow for different market circumstances to allow the DEX and users stay agile regardless of the circumstances on the market and in pairs. So I guess more power to the users to allow them to choose different settings and to perform operations with more different parameters. I guess that's more about what can be done in this part of this contest. I also wanted to make a note of the. I'm not sure about the prizes for this this stage, but I'm pretty sure that the probably should be increased because of the amount of work that it takes to create a solution like this. Because if we just compare to the prizes for a complex solution like this to other prizes and other sub-governances that are great,
come on, please stop it. We do not compare prizes with other sub-governances.
No, I mean,
yeah,
it just takes a lot of effort, and there's well, fluctuations in price of TON, and well, it takes a lot of time.
Guys, come on, this is not a full-time job, so please stop considering contests like this. So actually contests are here to motivate you create a better product and not to serve it, you know, as the main source of income. Actually, the main source of income for those who are developing such solutions, and we talked about this many times, is that you should operate your solution and get incomes from there. So either by selling your governance tokens or getting some transaction fees or whatever economic model you would like to implement in your solution. But the DeFi sub-governance allocates some budgets to help you build these solutions, not to, you know, guarantee the coverage of your costs. This is not about the contest model at all. This is not a grant system or something like this. And speaking about the amount of work, so there are some good points that you told and Mitja told, so that need to be, you know, some digested and converted into the proposal for the third stage of the contest. Maybe it will be split into 2 stages if there is a big number of features to be implemented on the stage. For example, I don't know, the next stage is about DAO model, and then about the user interfaces, user interaction, and so on and so forth. We really try to be fair here when we are estimating the cost of the rewards for prize places, but it's not about, you know, covering your costs. Sorry.
Yes, Olaf, let me fix some from my side. Yeah, about it, grants, I totally agree. Grants at the contest, it's about subsidize and about involving new team. But we are here not for contests. I think it's time for business. Look to Bridge and look to TON Swap. We launched TON Swap without any contests, and we created Bridge, and believe me, we spent to Bridge much more money as before than we get from tokens. And you can create same story. You can launch DAO, your own tokens, raise round, and etc.
Yeah, so this is the
Let's
contest.
start the business. Let's start the business.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Like totally agree. 100%.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, and a small announce from my side. In I think in few weeks, 2 maybe 3 bit project will go to free TON. They have tokens, they have economy, and they have a lot of liquidity, and they did it all without contest. Of course, it's a company and a powerful company, and we can spend easy money for it. And developer team have no with power, but it's about business. A lot of money from in ventures, a lot of token sales and etc. And let's start do in free TON.
Yeah, and if you have some issues with understanding on how you can benefit from your solutions and how you can create a stable cash and flow to nourish your business, so there's a lot of people here in this group who you can consult with and ask questions. So please don't close to yourself. We have very small community now, so, and it's no reason to fight with each other, but rather to help each other to grow, and only in such a way we can make all the free TON become a big project, and we all will benefit from this.
This is exactly how DAO should
Absolutely
originate from just from community.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thank you guys for your opinions. It's it's not easy to hear something that you do not agree with, but sometimes it happens. So please take it and just move on. Okay, so that's it from my side. No more updates. So if you have some other topics to discuss, please raise your hand. Yes, Anzor?
Yeah, regarding the stage 2 contest, I just wanted to thank all the jurors for their reviews and their comments. Although we didn't really receive any questions about the solution we provided, but we were more than happy to answer any questions if there's any questions on how to maybe test or details of the implementation. So I guess we'll try to guess. Well, we'll try to understand which comments came from which jurors and maybe provide some or at least try to comment on the on something that they provided about the architecture and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for detailed comments about that and some valuable feedback. So,
yes,
yeah.
thank you, Anzor. Yeah, this is, by the way, the right point. So the live doesn't end after the voting finished. So if you have some questions to development teams, so don't hesitate to go and talk to them, because for developers, this is also a really good motivation to continue the work when they see the interest from the community, and they will be more than happy to answer your questions and help you. Yeah, Alina, please.
Yeah, I only wanted to say that we got the idea of third stage. So I think before the next Thursday, we'll publish the draft of the document in the
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, and probably we can tag participants who took part in the second stage, so they can add their views to the document, so we can discuss it on the next call.
Yeah, please do. And I'm really grateful to you for taking the lead on this, because I myself is overloaded as each one of us. So I cannot write all the contents myself. So please tag me too. I want to have a look on it.
Okay, thank you. No problem.
Thank you. Okay, any other topics? 3, 2, 1. That's it. Thank you guys for attending for today, and see you next week. Have a nice end of the week.
You too. Thank you.
You too, Vladislav. Bye.
Bye.